All right, this is some help on quiz 1.04. So the first one, they say in the diagram, BC is parallel to DE. So BC is parallel to DE, so we can use that side splitter theorem to set up our ratio. So this segment AD over DB, the small segment here, is equal to AE over EC. Okay, so that sets up our ratio. Plug in what we were given. So 6 over 2 is equal to, we're looking for this segment here, AE, so that's our x value, over 5. And now we can simply cross multiply. 2 times x is 2x, 6 times 5 is 30. Divide by 2, and x is equal to 15. Another way, shortcut method, you can kind of look at this, is if you cross here, x times 2, that gets you here to 2x, and 6 times 5 gets you here to 30. So you can cross multiply those segments and you get the same answer. The second one just wants you to set up the proportion. So it says, what proportional segment lengths verify that QS is parallel to MN? Enter your answer. So it's going to be the same ratio that we just talked about, RM over MQ is going to equal RN over NS. So those will be proportional if these two are parallel. And so they're just looking for you to fill in these boxes. 9 over 3 is equal to 15 over 5. And you can verify these two multiplied should equal the same thing. So we've got 45 equals 45. And so that checks your answer. This one says for which segment lengths is LN parallel to XY? So there again, we have to set up our proportion. So LX over XM is equal to NY over YM. So when we cross multiply these, LX times YM would have to equal XM times NY if those segments are parallel. So they've given you these segments, so all you have to do is test those two to see if they are equal. If they're equal, then they're parallel. If they're not equal, they're not parallel. So the first one here, if we multiply 2 times 14, we get 28. If we multiply 7 by 4, we get 28. So we can say, yes, they must be parallel. The middle one here, 2 times 9 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. So yes, they are also parallel. The third one, 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 4 is 12. So since those are different, they are not equal. So they are not parallel. So that's all you have to do for that one. This one says the figure shows triangle ABC. BD is an angle bisector of angle ABC. What is AD? So AD is our X. When we have an angle bisector, you'll see they either tell you or they give you the markings. These angles are congruent, so this is an angle bisector. So we know that AB over AD is equal to BC over DC. So this is the proportion that sets up when you have an angle bisector. Plug in what you know. 9.5 over x is what we're looking for, is equal to 10 over 4. Cross multiply, we get 10x. 9.5 times 4 is going to give you 38. Divide by 10, x is 3.8. You can also set it up, a little shortcut is to multiply these two together. So 10 times x gets you to this step. 9.5 times 4 gets you to this step. And the last one, the figure shows that triangle ABC, BD is an angle bisector. So we got an angle bisector again. What is AD? So same proportion. AB over AD is BC over DC. But they give you 6 here. So we want to find, we're looking for AD. So AD is going to be our x value. I'm going to call that x. And then if the whole is 6, then I know this segment here has to be 6 minus x. So that way we only have one variable. So I'm going to plug in what we know. 8 over x is equal to 10 over 6 minus x. Cross multiply 10x, 8 times 6 minus x. 10x is equal to, make sure you distribute the 8. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times x is negative x here. So I'm going to add 8x to both sides. So I get 18x is equal to 48. Divide both sides by 18. So I get 48 over 18. And 6 will go into both of those. And so I've left with 8/3. They told you to enter as a fraction, so you just leave this as a fraction. Good luck on the quiz.